I am continuing to the training of PLC automation series related to PLC hardware components. With this video, we will learn about central processing unit. In my previous video, I have explained about redundant power supply adapter, link given in the description box. CPU acts as a brain in the PLC system. Following are the CPU functions: PLC program execution, input-output management, data processing, communication, system monitoring and diagnostics, timing and sequencing, and memory management. We have learned about the functions of the CPU. Let's understand specifications of the CPU. This is the single slot CPU which can be fixed in the dedicated slot of the PLC baseplate. If you want more information about PLC CPU baseplate, I have already made a video, link given in the description box. Processor used in this CPU is 80386EX. To explain specification of this PLC CPU, I have taken example of GE PLC CPU 360 here. This is a very robust PLC system which I am using since many years. Let's know little bit information about this processor. This is the variant of popular 80386 microprocessor specifically designed for embedded system by Intel in 1994. User memory in this CPU is 240 KB. Let's understand what it is. It is the amount of memory specifically allocated and available for storing the PLC user program and data. CPU always have two types of memory: volatile memory and non-volatile memory. Processor speed is 25 MHz. Let's understand what is the processor speed. MSZ means megahertz. Mega means 1 million and hertz means per second. So 25 MHz means the CPU internal clock ticks 25 million times every second. The higher the megahertz number, generally the faster the CPU can try to execute these operations. In this video, I am talking about only GE PLC CPU 360 model. For your understanding on concept, I have taken this available model. Nowadays, GE PLC CPU processor speed is more than 1 GHz. Scan rate, which is 0.22 milliseconds. It means the speed at which the PLC completes one cycle of reading the status of all the input devices, executing ladder logic program, updates output status, and performs internal checks and communication tasks. Scan rate is usually measured in milliseconds. A faster scan rate means the PLC updates its inputs and outputs more frequently, leading to a more responsive and precise control system. I/O points up to the 4096 discrete I/Os. Here, discrete means on-off digital signal connected with the field instruments. This CPU supports up to 4096 digital input and digital outputs. Register memory available, yes, and it is configurable. PLC CPU not only handles digital I/Os. Apart from this, register memory is also available for storing and manipulating various data types such as integers, the whole numbers, floating point, or we can say it real, number with decimal points, timers and counters. Internal coils, 4096 bits available. It means that these are the invisible on-off switches inside the PLC. For example, SCADA consists of on-off button to start the motor, but the switch provided in SCADA don't have any physical wiring. Hence, it is called the memory bit or internal coil. Timers or counters, 2000. It is very important to understand timers and counters. Timers can be useful for making the delays to execute the output. For example, when start push button is pressed, motor will start after 5 seconds. In sequencing, controlling the order of operations based on time. Counters will be useful for counting the parts of items produced and tracking the events to know how many cycles are completed in the process. Override feature. Yes, it is available. Let's understand what is this. It is the feature that allows you to manually force the state of certain outputs or inputs. Battery backed clock. Yes, this means built-in real-time clock that continues to run even when the main power to the PLC is turned off. This is achieved by a small internal battery that powers the clock circuit. Finally, this CPU operates at a temperature of 02 degrees Celsius and the power required is 0.67 ampere from 5 volt DC supply. For more videos related to electrical and instrumentation, stay tuned. Thank you.